Welcome back to Jason's Pen Journey. Today we have a new video on a new pen for me. This is going to be the Skogsy LVED, which stands for Low Volume Eyedropper. I'll show you the pen in a moment. A little bit about Skogsy Pens, which is the maker. So it's a husband and wife team, Zach and Amy Skogsberg. Mostly going to refer to Zach and Skogsy when I talk through here, just because I'm not entirely sure what the breakdown of responsibilities are between the husband and wife team. I know on their website it's mostly talking about Zach as the maker, so I'm assuming Amy is involved in other aspects of the business. I just don't know exactly. I did meet Amy briefly at the San Francisco Pen Show back in August. I actually bought a pen at their table. Zach had stepped away from the table at the time I happened to be there. So I did meet Amy briefly. And while I did buy a pen from them, I still haven't had a chance to ink it up, which is a shame because it's a really nice looking pen. Maybe sometime in 2026, I'll get around to inking that one up and using it. But that one was kind of a traditional fountain pen with a standard international converter, nothing earth-shattering or really interesting other than nice looking. But what the more unique pen type that the Skogsy Pen Company makes, or Skogsy Pens, I should say, is what they call the LVED, the low volume eyedropper. And these are ones that are really popular. They as soon as they drop a new batch of them on their website for sale, they get snatched up immediately. Basically, you got to be right there the moment that they show up and buy it in order to get it, because it's very small batch. They're very popular. So the last maybe a couple of batches ago, I got this earlier in December. I had seen one that I was like, I really want that pen. So I made it a calendar appointment for myself to remind me to get online at a certain time on a Saturday and make sure that I was able to get the purchase. And I did. So I'm going to actually show you that purchase. So let me switch over to the overhead camera and walk you through what the LVED looks like. When Skogsy sells pens, they always come with a rickshaw case with their surfboard logo on it. And the pen that I got is the low volume eyedropper with a crazy fiber micarta cap and section. So Crazy Fiber is a brand of material maker. They make the micarta materials, and they use it for a lot of different purposes. They actually specialize in knife handles. It's kind of the first thing, but it's used in a lot of different things, including a lot of pen makers get them. So I really liked this purple and white swirl pattern. When I saw it, I said, I really want that. So the pen itself comes with the rickshaw case. It also comes with, here's a just a little piece of micarta from the rod so that you can actually see what it looks like. Try to get that a little closer. There we go. So micarta is let me see if I can get my description here. It's a durable, layered, composite fiber material that gets mixed with resin. So this is usually a cloth material. It's porous, and it'll absorb moisture. So micarta is a really cool material for pens. It's not super common, but it's a really cool material to be used for the pen bodies. So that was included in the package. Get that on camera. Then we've got a little small container of silicone grease. And you need this for the eyedropper, because what you actually have to do is make sure that the section threads are not going to leak any of the ink out, because there's no converter that you're storing it in. So this is a small container of silicone grease that Skogsy included. They also included a little note saying thank you. sticker, business card, and a little bit of information about the low volume eyedropper. So I'll try to hold this up so you can see it. So thank you so much for purchasing a Skogsy pen. I really appreciate your business and I hope you love it. This pen is built to be very versatile from a nib use standpoint. The cap has plenty of clearance for stack nibs, and the built-in ink chamber design allows for the use of many different nibs. Important to prevent leaking, you will need to apply silicone grease to the threads of the grip section when you fill the pen for the first time. So that's what was included in the box when I got the purchase. So like I said, there's the silicone grease. We'll move the micarta out of the way. We'll move the rickshaw out of the way, and just we have the pen. Within the pens that they do for the low volume eyedroppers, it's a clear cut acrylic body, so you can see the pen with the ink as you load that in. Take a look at it. So a cool purple and black and sparkly section. The other thing that you get with the Skogsy pens is standard Jowo number 6 nib, but they engrave them, let's see if I can get that to focus, with a surfboard or a cactus. So I chose the surfboard, being out in California. So this is a fine nib, just a standard Jowo number 6 steel nib, but with the Skogsy surfboard engraved on there. So let's see how we ink this up. So luckily, I did have a little eyedropper. I don't remember where I got this from or why I got it, but I have an eyedropper. And I'm going to use one of the inks from the ColorVerse Advent calendar from this year. I'd gotten the ColorVerse Advent calendar for my wife. So this is going to be Sungrazing Coment. I haven't used it before other than swatching it. She said she didn't really want this particular ink, so I grabbed it out of her collection. And we'll see how we do with this ink experiment. So first, I'm going to just kind of put the pen aside for a moment and get out my towel. I know you love seeing the dirty towel. It's not dirty. It's clean. It just has ink on it. Microfiber towel. And what I'll do first is put the silicone grease on the threads. And what I'm going to do, because I'm not sure exactly how aggressive I need to be here, I'm going to layer it on pretty thick. I'd rather be safe than sorry when it comes to not having my ink spill all over the place. So there we go on the section. Hopefully that's good enough. Okay. And do I need to do that? That's for the cap. I don't think I need to do that. That doesn't make sense because the ink wouldn't be coming up through the cap. So we're going to put that aside and assume that we're doing okay here. Of course, now I've got silicone grease all over my fingers, and now I've put it all on my towel. So now the towel is no longer clean. It does have silicone grease. Not dirty, but it will now need to be cleaned before I do anything else with it, other than ink up this pen. So let's see. The Sungrazing Comet. It's a nice blue. Got our eyedropper. Now let's see how we do. This eyedropper. It's not filling up a whole lot. So this is going to take a little while. This does hold, according to the website, 1.5 milliliters of ink. probably enough. Got it pretty full here. Make sure I don't dip the pen over while I cap the ink. Okay. Make sure that's nice and tight. Get any excess grease off the section here. And that should do it. So, gonna clean up for a moment here. So we've inked up our pen, and as you can see, managed to spill a little ink on the writing mat. Well, that's why we have the writing mat. And let's get some paper and see how the pen writes. So again, we are going with the Skogsy LVED. Wait for that to... Interesting. Not sure what I need to do to prime the nib here. Poking a hole through the paper is not going to help. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera while I troubleshoot a little bit here. Okay, good news. It was just a matter of holding it, letting gravity do the work to fill the feed. So as you can see, I was able to get the flow going. So let's give this a writing sample here. Nice tuned nib. The nib itself is, as I mentioned, it's just a standard Jovo number 6. So this is the Skogsy Pens LVED low volume eyedropper. The ink is ColorVerse Sungrazing Coment. And this is a fine nib. So the nib itself is very smooth, well tuned. Nothing needs to be done to the nib to get it going again. Do a quick writing sample. Can't spell. So, yeah, the pen itself is, once I was patient enough to let the ink fill the feed, letting gravity do the work, and giving it time, it filled and suddenly it was flowing. So hopefully that is just me being impatient, but definitely took a more than a moment to properly fill. So just be aware, if you are getting one of these LVEDs, low volume eyedroppers, it does take a moment to fill the feed. But I mean, that really is the case for any pen. It just seemed to take a little longer than I expected with this one. So I don't think there was anything wrong with it, other than my lack of patience. Because really, I mean, I didn't do anything to the pen to get it going while I was paused off camera, other than hold it like this and let it fill the feed. So that's the Skogsy Pens LVED with the crazy fiber micarta on the cap. And there you have it. And that's the Skogsy LVED low volume eyedropper with the crazy fiber micarta cap. So thank you to Skogsy Pens for making such a cool eyedropper pen. I am looking forward to playing with this and using it. I really do like sometimes the kind of clear demonstrator bodies. So you can see the ink sloshing around. And so this will be a fun one to play with. And easy to swap the inks out because you don't have a converter you got to clean. You just need to wash out the eyedropper body. So this will be a fun one to play with. Thank you again to Zach and Amy for a nice pen, and more to come on the channel over the coming days. You're gonna see some other new pens that are coming, and some other topics. So if you like the content, give a thumbs up, give a subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions about the pen or comments about the pen, or want to give me a hard time about not letting gravity do its work on filling the pen, go for it. Love to hear from you. So until next time, keep on writing.